Man, what's up YouTube, man? I literally been recording for 10 minutes straight, just straight channeling, and none of it was fucking recording. I'm sick as hell. But this video is going up. Healing is lame and corny. Now, of course, healing is not lame and corny. I'm only speaking about it from a sense of like probably being beyond it, but in an egotistical kind of way, right? And even with black people, I think that we like shun corny shit. Like black people hate looking corny, and some of the things that are really the most corniest in our culture is like uplifted high. But let's say corny things that other cultures do, or even in soft-hearted people do, is like it's corny and it's lame, like, and it's completely wrong perspective to have. Like even with myself, like with the healing is lame and corny, I had that was blocking me, and that was like a form of resistance I always had with trying to really journey deep into myself and really what I thought and what I believed in. And really a lot of my traumas, like an aspect of healing that I think was corny is like, stepping in to this parental role with yourself, stepping into trying to love yourself and telling yourself I love you. I think that's some of the most corniest shit on the planet to ever to do. And it's not because of, somebody said it to. I think it's just like it was a form of resistance with me. Like, I think to a certain extent it's sad that you got to tell yourself that you love yourself. You got to be there for your younger self when you have parents for that. Like I said, I think that's sad. That disappoints me that I got to do that. But me as an individual, like I said, I just thought it was corny. So, and I think one of my form of resistance was I was always smiling. Like it's hard for me to take things seriously. So my first response to anything was a smile. It was a nervous smile. It was a smile that was, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of like an unbreakable smile. My smile was the way that I break through a lot of shit and just keep going. Like it's like almost like a calling card with me. If you see me and not smiling, like for a long period of time, something is wrong. I'm not saying like I'm smiling all the time, but I'm either smiling or I'm stoic. But even when I'm stoic, it's still like a little smirk on my face. So if I'm not smiling, it's like something is wrong. Like, cause I don't let anything stop my smile. Like I just have joy. Like I'm just in a good space. It's never gonna be a moment where I'm not smiling. But also I just like to just give off the energy of the smile. But with the healings, my smile was blocking my way. It was blocking me. It was me laughing and being funny and trying to deal with the corniness and the lameness I had to tell myself I love me. What I love myself was like get in the way and be like trying to heal. Like it was like keeping the emotional barrier up against myself, and it would stop me from progress. And that is like the most honest to God truth thing. And of course healing, like I said again, is not corny or lame, but that's just what people think. That's what I think. That's what I think a lot of people think as well. Because let's be honest, when you healing, it's there's no drama, it's no bullshit going on. Like literally, like I'm not saying I'm fully healed or I don't have anything that bothers me or still plague me to this day. I was about to say, but I would say if I could be honest, I'm at the second half of the healing. I'm not in the first half no more, where it just seemed like I was resisting a lot. Now I'm surrendering. Like literally, it's just whatever's happening is whatever happening. I respect my emotions. Whatever I feel is whatever I feel, and that's how I take it as. I don't take it no deeper. I allow myself to feel it, and I let it, and I go about my business. But I'm not arguing. I'm not in drama. So I'm not in beef with nobody. I don't have no anger. What's that little meme? It's like, I got no enemies. I don't got nobody I don't like. Even people I have problems with. As I'm going deeper into my spiritual journey, I'm seeing them as an aspect of myself. That's how I believe. That's how I choose to live my spiritual life, is that I see people as myself. Literally. Like, it's two ways to enlighten me. You can either personalize it or you can depersonalize it. Depersonalize it, well, I think in my sense I personalize it. I see everybody as myself. I see everybody as Kevin. So I try to treat everybody as I'm treating myself on how I would want to be treated. Then they say that's the golden rule in the Bible or anywhere. I really don't fucking know. But that's how I treat everybody. I treat them like they are aspect of myself, and I try to give that much compassion and grace towards people because I would wish somebody would give that to me. And, that's just how I, decide to live. I forgot the main point I was making. But let me just go back to the original point of, just healing and corniness is lame. But for me to get to that point, I had to get past myself. I had to get past a lot of just the corny things that I had to get through, like, and judging people and wanting people to, and being egotistical about it. And I think that a lot of life. Oh no, that was the point I was making. That trauma and just a lot of just bullshit that be going on. I don't have it. Not saying that I want it. I'm just saying that I don't have it around no more. I clean my life of that type of shit. I clean my mind of that type of shit. I clean my atmosphere and environment of that. So I don't want it in my life no more. And to a certain extent, that made my life peaceful. But on the other end of that spectrum is boredom. It's boredom. Even though I'm going and I'm working towards my own goals and aspirations, my life is boring now. In the sense of there's no drama there. There's no enemies there. There's nothing to fight there. All it is the self. All of that is there is Kevin. And Kevin's true self. And whatever is there, more than likely, 10 times out of 10, I'm going to conquer that. And even to myself, that healing is corny. It's like negativity is like so comforting. It feels so good. I'm not gonna lie. I love negativity. Like, and I don't mean that in the sense of like drama, but like my own suffering. Like I really love it. Like it's like when you get to new heights, it's like it's a new challenger that comes up and it's trying to pull you back down. And I realized that with like music, I try not to listen to the same depressing music sometimes. And not saying it's made to be depressing. It's just when you start listening to the messages behind the music, you realize like, damn, it's the music is trying to pull you back to a type of headspace. Take Tupac. I love Tupac. That's probably one of my favorite artists. He's somebody to help me find a part of myself that I didn't know was there. I think Tupac is a very expressive individual, and he's somebody to help me get into contact with my anger. Cause nobody was in my reality was even trying to talk to me that way. So I felt like Tupac, let's say in spirit, was around me trying to help me understand myself on a deeper level. So when I heard him, it's like everything clicked. Same thing with XXXTentacion. It's like they had this anger element to their music, and it was like it was calling to an aspect of myself that was buried deep and wasn't being satisfied. So when I heard it, it's like, damn, like who is this, and why do I feel like I just found a part of myself from it? And it helped me evolve as an individual. But their music, they have an aspect of hopelessness and just negativity in their music that's unique to the young black male experience. And when I was healing, I'm like, I'm not associating with these beliefs no more. I'm like, the music is sounding good, but it's pulling me back into these type of negative headspaces that's preventing me from growing. And I had to stop listening to some of it. Like every now and then I might slip into hear one of Tupac's old songs, or where he's just speaking about hopelessness and really just the negative aspect of the human experience as a young black man or young black male. And it's like, damn, like it sounds so good, and it's just like, and maybe the love of just my suffering really pulls me back down to that. But of course, you have to learn to elevate past that. But that's also what I mean by like healing is corny and lame, is that with that suffering, your suffering and like your trauma colors your life, just like how your ego colors your life. If you think positive, and if you're just an optimistic person, and of course life can be as negative as it wants to be, you're going to figure out a way to make it positive. You're going to look at it through a positive lens. That's just because your ego and your mind and just your beingness allows for that to happen. If you're negative, you're going to do the exact opposite of that. If you're negative, and no matter how many good things happen to you, you're going to look at things negatively. One of my teachers, he say, every negative person got a problem to your solution. And that's really the problem. People always, when you in that negative headspace, you always got a problem to somebody's solution. And you always trying to make things seem worse than what it is, and that's just how you live your life. And that's very negative way. That's a very negative way to even exist. But your trauma colors your life. Like I said, that just makes fun. Your trauma makes life living to a certain extent. Your trauma is like your passion, right? Those two things, if you can get past your trauma, that gives you a reason to live. But also when you find love and compassion and, kindness and forgiveness inside your heart, that gives you another reason to live. And of course I said healing was corny, was lame, but that's more of my perspective when I was, just joining in and growing and starting to get into the spirituality. So yeah, Healing isn't corny or lame. I was just saying that to pull people in, but yeah. So I appreciate the healing journey. I'm about to say, I know it's hard, I know it's boring at times, but you gotta appreciate the peace that really comes with it, because it's priceless that you don't have to worry about problems, or just really just problems, or just things having to attack at your mind all day. It's like being psychically attacked all day. It's like nobody want to deal with that. I know I didn't, and I think that people always they love associating with that type of negativity and associating with that type of just chaos all day that is just normal. And even I did to a certain extent, but you just got to give it up. Like I said, you just got to let go. Like, you can't hold on to those type of things for long, because it's literally stopping you from ever receiving anything new. I think people need to really understand that if you never let go of something that you're holding on to, you can never receive anything new that may give you a better life, or show you a better perspective that you can show and live a better life. And yeah, so I thank y'all for watching this video. I appreciate y'all for entertaining me and my videos. So yeah, y'all have a good rest of y'all day.